Hi, I'm Joe Paiva, and this is just a recording to give potential speakers who will be pre-recorded some idea on some of the things that they may want to pay attention to when they do it. So, uh, the first thing is the location. In terms of the room that you're in, go into the room and make sure it's quiet. Make sure you can close the doors and filter out most of the noises that might be filtering from the outside. But also pay attention to the HVAC. If it's not running, change the thermostat settings to have it kick on because you want to make sure that it's not an intrusive sound, although we can do some things about it. And finally, check around for a pleasing background. And when I say pleasing, it doesn't mean that you need to have a picture or a plant as I do here, but you need to try to make sure the color doesn't blend with your clothes, the color of your skin, the color of your hair, things like that, where you kind of disappear. Not too cluttered. You can have bookshelves, you can have curio cabinets, you can even have paintings like we do here, but they can't be too busy where they are a distraction. But something of interest in the background is not a bad idea. So I'm going to switch to the other mode just to show you how, as using the software that we provide you, you can actually switch between the PowerPoint being dominant or the picture of yourself being dominant, depending on what it is you're trying to do. So I'm going to go back and just show you that I want to emphasize that standing when you're presenting has a lot more impact. There's more energy in your voice. There's a little bit better receptivity by the audience. And so I strongly suggest you do that. But to do that means that if you have a regular table and it's not a table that converts to a stand-up desk, that you may have to use risers of different kinds to raise the level of whatever your equipment is, your camera, your extra monitor, your computer, and so forth, to the level that it needs to be at. You can see in this particular case that we're using uh, trash cans. They just happen to be, we use a small trash can and a large trash can, they're working out well. It's very common in TV studios where you will have commonplace items, apple crates, cardboard boxes, all kinds of things used as long as they don't show up inside the image. So take a look at all the devices. Make sure your camera is placed approximately at eye level. Check the microphone. In this case, we're using the headset mic, and I have figured out that the boom needs to be aligned with my jawline. Pay attention to the room lighting. If you have windows that open up to the outside, this particular room doesn't, but if you have windows that open up to the outside and you have bright sunlight coming in, you may need to cut that down a little bit by either drawing curtains that are not light blocking or pulling shades that are not light blocking. Now, if that's the only choice, go ahead and block the light. We are using the light in the room, that there's ceiling fixtures going across, and the last one stops about right there. And so you want to check that. And then you may have to have additional lighting. You can have table lamps, you can have standing lamps that are in different places, but outside of the picture, to bring light up from the bottom, to bring light from the sides, to kind of soften any shadows that might be there. Shadows actually a good thing. They create visual interest. You don't want such even lighting that there's no interest. On the other hand, you can also overdo it, and that's where we can help you with a sample video, which is what this is kind of designed to emulate. Adjust yourself, so you need to be well groomed, and that simply means pay attention to who your audience is going to be and dress appropriately, whether that's coat and tie or dress shirt um, and a tie, or a dress shirt with an open neck with a jacket. If you're a woman, you might want to have a scarf or something like that to add some interest to your clothing. that contrasts with your complexion and so forth. If you wear glasses, if you need to wear glasses when you present, you need to make sure that in the test you pay attention. You notice as I move my head up and down, right and left, that the reflection of lighting varies. So you want to make sure that whatever positions you're going to be in as you're working, that the reflections are not obnoxious. The worst is when you're looking into the camera, which is like your most um, um, direct view into the audience, and there's just nothing more than reflections of the light in there. Some people may need makeup. Now, guys don't like to hear this, but here's my makeup. I actually have to use makeup. Why? Well, look at my head. So sometimes there's way too much shine, and so I have to apply makeup, and then you need to learn how to blend it in. So you may not be interested in going to a store and finding out where and how to do this. We can give you some pointers. You can even buy the stuff online, or you can send somebody in who's more comfortable being in a store where this stuff is sold. This is basically powder that comes in a cake form, and you use a makeup sponge to apply it and blend it. Doesn't take that much expertise, and again, if you have nobody to help you, we can certainly help you with that. So when you do your 5-minute test speech, talk to us before you do it to make sure we know what the room arrangement looks like. Make sure you paid attention and tell us about where the camera, the microphone, and the lights in the room are, as well as any additional lights you might be bringing in. If possible, have somebody who's off camera take a picture of you speaking with everything arranged the way you think it needs to be to properly project your speech. And then, if you can, pull out a phone and then, starting from left to right or right to left, take overlapping pictures of the entire environment around here. And then don't forget to also take pictures of the ceiling so we know what the lighting looks like. And finally, give us what's called room tone. So have everything operating. A fan on your computer, disk drives are running. Um, just be quiet for 20 seconds. I'm not going to do that here, but be quiet for 20 seconds. And then if the air conditioning is off, go kick the thermostat up or down depending on what's going on. Have it running and give us another 20 seconds of that. But be sure to announce. Don't just walk off camera and walk back on. And do it. Say, okay, now I've turned on. Now I've turned on the AC. Because that'll be helpful, because we can use that room tone to actually do some filtering to your final video. So that's it. Thank you. Good luck. And feel free to contact us with any questions. We can even do a video call with you to help you diagnose things before you shoot.